where I will be tapping in with the present energy, what's there to come for this week. So last week I did a video, but honestly, I figured that with all the blockages, it took me 4 hours to film the reading, and with all the blockages, I was like, nah, hell nah. Hell nah. So I'm just gonna go live and then do it all at once. And then we get over it, because why not? Well, yeah, I already cleared out the space. I can just say a little protective prayer. And I ask for the fairies, the elemental spirits, the good folk, the ancestors, the ascended masters, the angels, the archangels, to step foot into, so we know how to move. All right, let's just jump right in, because exactly, I'm feeling like there's no time to lose. So this week, the Gregorian calendar is counting down, and we are reaching the Gregorian New Year 2026. All right, so let's just see what was yesterday's energy. Monday, since today it's Tuesday, so I'm like a day late. You could feel like you could be a day behind on schedule, or you could actually be behind on schedule, just like I shared about this reading. Fairies, good folk, elemental spirits, please give us the insights and the clarity that we need to know about this week. What's going to happen, what has happened on Monday, what's going to happen on Tuesday, what's going to happen on Wednesday, what's going to happen on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, last Monday, Tuesday, today. What happened today? I didn't really do a good daily collective read. As in good, like it was a good pull, but the energy was bad because I pulled the death card. And the death card usually stands for, of course, the cycle of a life, death, and rebirth. And in this context, it was about people or karmics trying to intentionally obstruct you and your growth by wanting to send out energy to kill things, to end things. Yesterday, for me, that was this reading. Yesterday, I had such a lazy day. Nothing that I wanted to do happened. And I knew why and who sent that energy towards me. I just didn't feel like responding. You know, sometimes like you get like a call on your phone and you know who's calling, but you don't want to talk because you're avoiding the conversation. In this context, it's like I'm avoiding beating bitches up spiritually. Sorry for my language because it's unprofessional. But I'm avoiding hitting people spiritually to the point where they will leave me alone. Why? Because it's a very small blockage. The psychic debris isn't that heavy anymore. It's like a little net that doesn't do anything. It's harmless. Okay, so this can also be the subject this week. It's going to be harmless, but still you need to protect yourself or do something to remove all frequencies of harm. So let's see what's on Monday. Exactly. Did you see that? Is that on the card? Hey, everybody who's watching, I can't see my phone because you're on a tripod and my phone is above my eyes. So I don't know what's happening on the screen. So I'm just going to read and I'm just going to keep it at that. If you have questions, you can always comment below, send me an email, or respond to things in the community post. Or later on, I will see the messages. So Monday, they definitely did and tried to make you go through karma, to harm you, to rob you of your beauty, your essence, but also your beautiful clothes, right? So that what makes you you, that what helps you express who you are, trying to obstruct it. What's on the bottom? Yeah, your intuition. They were trying to do this because they knew if this would affect you in your day-to-day basis, it would affect your intuition, how you feel on the inside. Exactly, you would feel distorted and lost because they think, just like themselves, that your clothes, okay, what you wear, your makeup, everything that you materially have, that it defines you. So this is a good confirmation again of people who are very karmic, people who live in a 3D realm. We all live in a 3D realm, but our intuition doesn't live in a 3D realm and theirs does. Everything is material based, okay? A certain watch defines their worth because the price of the watch is, for example, 1/3 of what they think that they are worth. If they find themselves to be worth 100 billions of euros and they get a Ferrari, it's like, well, this Ferrari is part of who I am because I am worth 1 billion and a Ferrari is only 30 million or something. So I have all those other amounts of finances to fill up and reach that, how do I say that financial goal, and that goal will then explain who I am. These are people who are very materialistic, okay? We're gonna figure out what this is. 3 to 4, 12. They want to keep you from going on your right path. They want you to focus on that what's going to block your road. They also want you to focus on the darkness. They want you to because you see how light it is behind her? And like they're pulling on her hair. So people were pulling on your crown chakra last night or yesterday. They were trying to, what is that even? Like they're trying to rip your clothes apart. So that you could also experience people pulling on your sexual energy, making you extra horny, or sending you fantasies, sexual fantasies. These were not the people, like the fantasies that you were sent were not the people doing this to you. This is somebody completely else using those vessels around you to steal that sexual energy, right? Because that sexual energy is your sacral energy. Sacral energy is life energy, but it's also your psychic gifts. Okay, yeah, because I always bump heads when I try to say it's life force energy, because your Manipura, that's your solar plexus, that's your third chakra, is more about your life force, the energy you have in your day-to-day life, your vitality, your health. But your sacral chakra is what thrives your spirit to stay alive, okay? And your spirit holds those psychic gifts. And if they taint your spirit, they will taint your physical life on earth. So these are also people that know that your intuition isn't 3D, but they are forcing it onto you. So these are people who think that they can kind of reverse the creation of God after it has been created. So this is, again, confirmation of Shaitan, the devil, who's a liar, demons, everybody from the undivine and the karmic underworld who thinks that they can go against godly orders, divine creations. These are people who are stuck in addictions. These are people who are holding on to a bad perception of themselves, or who live in this victim mindset, right? These are people who look in the mirror and they see an acne on their face and they go like, ugh, I'm so ugly. I've never been pretty. Unlike us, we see a zit on our face because the difference between us needs to be clarified. When these people see ugliness on their body, they look in the mirror and they manifest more hatred. They will say, ugh, I hate my body. I hate how I look. I look so ugly. My skin looks so bad. When we look in the mirror, we say, oh, well, this actually means my body is detoxing. I'm having a zit because my face wash is so good and it's working. I'm cleansing my skin. I'm cleansing my pores. Oh, I gained a little weight. Must mean that I'm happy. I am satisfied and fulfilled. And I look kind of good being extra thick. Okay, for the ladies. These are people who do the complete opposite of what you do. They do everything in a negative element. We do everything in a positive element. They want to turn your positive element into something negative. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, please. Fairies, good folk, elemental spirits, and angels. Yes, exactly. Because my ancestors and my spirits are saying, whoa, 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 hold your horses. You don't have to be so passionate about it, so straightforward, like so forceful with your voice, you know, like the tone and intonation doesn't have to be that hard. And then I responded with, but Spirit, Most High, these people, their force. This is something they need to reckon us, honestly, because we are something that they can't overpower, and they've been trying it for years. The anger is real. The anger and the frustration is real. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is somebody who also wants you to be mad. Because when you are mad, exactly, when you are mad, you become defensive. And when you're mad, you channel their energy. When you channel their energy, you will receive their karma and their dharma. Don't worry about me, because I know how to shrug these motherfuckers off. But if you haven't experienced or grown in spiritual or energetic boundaries, this is a very important message for you. You have not developed strong spiritual and energetic boundaries. You still don't know, collective or whoever's watching, how to identify an emotion or a thought or an energy that isn't yours. That's why you need to go through this, to experience what it feels, how similar, just like salt looks like sugar, how similar other people's emotions, thoughts and feelings, well, feelings and emotions say, how somebody else's thoughts, emotions or energy looks so similar to yours. But it's because it's an illusion, right? Because of course the devil, yeah, it's a trick of the illusion. The devil knows how to copy it, but he doesn't know how to recreate it. Like in the exact, I want to say form, but it's like in the exact essence that it's originally created of. So you need to learn this so you understand how you need to defend yourself spiritually, what means that later on in your development, spiritual development, you will go through psychic and psychological, and spiritual warfare that's going to try and deplete you and drain you completely. You learning how to differentiate what is yours and what isn't is going to help you survive that warfare. Okay? That's why they want you to become aware of it. And now hop on. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Thursday. I said Tuesday. I said Thursday. Tuesday, Wednesday. Tuesday, thank you. You see? And then you go back again in your own shape. That was today. You realized that something today. Why don't I just play Ouija board? I'm reading the comments. Y'all, don't fucking play with me in my life. Yes, I'm from the Netherlands. And why don't you just play Ouija board? Because why would I? Ouija board is so different. And a Ouija board is way different than tarot cards. Today, you learned, collective. Whoever's watching, if you experienced this, you learned how it feels like that energy wasn't yours. You recognized it. So you might have woken up with like a headache or this feeling of, I don't want to do anything today. I just want to be lazy and chill like yesterday. Or, nah, I think I should just hang out today. I don't feel like completing my tasks or finish my work. Or I just feel like being slow. At one point in the afternoon or the early afternoon, you were like, wait a minute, no, I still need to do this. I need to do that. I need to put some effort in it, some energy. I need to be hyped. I need to work for my job. I need to make some hours. I need to get some money up. I need to finish this project. And that was good. Because that first energy that you woke up in wasn't yours. That's all of these people trying to literally, I don't want to necessarily say sacrifice you to your own demise, but they want you to completely stop who you are right now. They don't want you to work on this new version of yourself. Because this new version of themselves is somebody they don't benefit of. They don't benefit off of. They can't use your energy if you're using your energy. They can't use your luck if you are using your luck. They can't use your financial tricks and divine abundance if you are using your financial tricks and divine abundance. It's like a parasite. These people are like parasites. They want to sit in your brain and in your body, control your nerve system, and then feed off of it, become nourished off of that control and possessiveness. Okay, and that's why it's important. You see also this, it's like a pink cloud. It's like, oh, you are coming through, Most High. Exactly. Because the heart chakra, we actually have two, one from the front and one in the back. The front is the color green and the back is the color pink. The pink heart chakra associates love, compassion, gentleness, self-love, and emotional healing. These are people who want to keep you from that. These are people who want to keep you from emotionally loving yourself and fulfillment, emotional fulfillment and self-love. They don't want you to invest into that, so they try to like cloud your judgment, and they want to call you into this storm. You see how all these old ugly hags are going into, and you know, it's so confirmative of what I've been experiencing as a reader, because there are a lot of readers online and on YouTube who also beef with each other, and they're like, yeah, you're a fake reader, no, you're a karmic reader, you can't read this. My experience is that almost 40 to 60% on YouTube readers, they're not real readers. And they're all old hags. They're not divine. They're karmic as fuck. They're pulling up, doing a tarot reading while they're smoking weed. They're high. Yes, bitch, I'm talking about you if you're watching. Because why do you think that you can channel from an alternate state of consciousness that is unpure and then say you are divine? It doesn't work like that. In the prints, in the blueprints of how energy is manifested, created, ordained, and followed through, there are guidelines. Just like when you're karmic and when you're divine, there are literally symptoms and guidelines that will tell you who the F you are. This is confirmation for me. So then, I don't know if you're reading and if you have anything to do with it, but this reading is confirmation to me. Shit. Most High never told me to do these readings for y'all. They told me to do it for me and for them. And if you resonate with it, well, enfin, have fun. But today that energy changed. You see, 3-4 to 3-5. We skipped that beat. We skipped that 4. We were not going to sit secure in this energy. We were like, nah, hell nah. We're going to jump over it, over that hurdle, and we're going to go straight to number 5. 5 stands for teachings, philosophy, wisdom, journeying, going on an adventure, spontaneity. 4 is ancestry, security, balance, but also control. You skip that energy that people try to force on you and you jump directly into your own. You were like, nah, F that shit. I might not know what this is right now or what's happening, but I know it ain't mine. Exactly. And that's the mindset you need to have. Because they will always try to entice you. They will always try and send things to your intuition to keep you from resting. You see, they will always try. So that means the reason why you need to learn how to discern what's your emotions, what's your thoughts, and what's your energy is because you will live a life where your intuition will always be tested. Okay? It will never stop. Unfortunately, no. It will never stop. You will always be tested by trials and tribulations, and especially people who are going to try and persuade you to believe in something else than your own intuition and your own inner voice. They are going to try and do that every time they have the chance. And every time they have the chance, you respond back with, nah, I don't know what that feeling is, but I know it isn't mine. And you continue with your own gut feeling. Ashe, aho. That's beautiful. Okay, like this. Wednesday. What's gonna happen on Wednesday? What's gonna happen tomorrow? Thank you. Exactly. You ascend again. You end the cycle. So tomorrow, Mercury is going to help you become aware of who this trickster is by making you knowledgeable on what you are overseeing. You will get epiphanies, you will get confirmative signs or certain downloads sent to you telepathically that's going to confirm how much you actually have grown. Not only from back then to now, but also from Monday to Wednesday in 3 days. So it's going to teach you how good you are at bouncing back, okay, in your energy. Exactly. It's exactly. Spirit is saying, wow, rest assured, healing is there and a safety net too. You will be reassured that you are protected at all times. Even if they test you with trials and tribulations, you will always overcome and you will never fall. You will never fall. So you are going to realize you can just keep your head up, you can just listen to your own, to the beat of your own drum and continue with whatever you feel like doing because you're always protected. And you're also going to realize what kind of energy or what kind of person has been trying to manifest over you that you will feel worthless, helpless, like lazy. And also it's also giving holidays, right? Because Christmas is coming up. So this won't affect your holidays or the end of the Gregorian year. It's not going to affect New Year's Eve for you. It's not going to affect Christmas time with your parents or your family members or loved ones, or your friends. It's not going to affect all of that. It's actually going to confirm to you why it's not going to affect it. How positive you actually always stay in that role, in that elegant and classy state of mind, right? 1926. It's like it's almost mirrored to the 30, 26. That's 4. We skipped the 4. You see, we skipped the 4, the bottom position. That's the struggle, the challenge position. So actually, what it's then saying here is that you have completely ignored this false energy that tried to speak this narrative over your life that you're messy, that that it's best if you just stay lazy, that you can, how do I say that? You can push back your plans and all will be well. Those are thoughts that keep you unproductive, okay? They keep you in a mode of passivity. Wow. They just make you passive and lazy. And you overcome that. You overcame it, actually. You're overcoming it. That's why I'm speaking in present and past tense. Because you're overcoming it. But you will definitely celebrate. You're gonna have fun on Christmas or the night before. Clarify Thursday, please. So they're gonna, so, okay, now we see a routine. First, they worked every Tuesday and every Friday and every Saturday, or it was Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. They switched planets because, and they're saying, and modalities. So they switched planets and modalities just to make sure now all that magic or the dumb shit or the hexing and the manifesting and the affirmations will work, right? To send you evil or laziness or whatever it is. Because it doesn't have to be that somebody's gonna light a candle. Wow, pardon me. It's not gonna be like somebody's gonna light a candle. It can be, but for many people here, it's not really like that anymore. It doesn't really feel spiritually, magically like loaded. But these are people that do hex and jinx you, but not in the way that you think. It's not it's not that somebody's gonna take a candle, they're gonna light it, and they're gonna be like, oh, and I hereby manifest for a collective to not make it for work or to sleep through its alarm and to miss the 5 best important meetings in the mornings. I'm gonna wish and manifest for collective to not have enough money this week to get food. It's not like that. It's different. They manifest or jinx and hex you like this. They look at your social media, on your photos, your stories, something recent, the newest, the recent of the recent. And they look at it and they go like, ugh, I'm so jealous. But they will not say in their head that they're jealous, but they will say, ugh, I wish that a collective didn't have this. Or, haha, I thought that collective, oh, because this energy is so tricky. They're like very delusional. So I don't know how to give a good example. This is somebody who will then look at your social media planning or your most recent post and is like, ugh, I wish that I never saw collective at that party. That party vibe definitely was down because of what they were wearing. I believe that everybody looked at them and would agree with my opinion if I would say it out loud, that they looked ugly and boring or not like themselves. That's how they hinks and jinx and hex you. You see, they are very twisted because so they twist words around. They do like manipulation shit by lying or saying things that aren't true. And then they twist the words so they can twist the storyline. Okay, and the storyline is the truth about who is really divine and who isn't. 333 on the motherfucking clock when I said that. So, because I have a seconds counter on that, on my laptop. And I looked at my laptop and it was 30 past 12, but it was 33 seconds in. So, look, these are people who, for an example, also they see that you have a new car for the masculines and then they'll be like, yeah, he probably got that car on a lease because I bet that man would never make as much as money as me. And then, for example, this person would do a finance job, like a corporate job, but then he would never have fun with friends or go outside. And then he starts to compare his salary with yours, and he's gonna be like, well, I bet you that he can never get as much women as me with this car or that. Like, they talk shit about you so badly that energy just starts to manifest a curse or a jinx or a hex over you, because they do this every second of the day. They wake up with you on their mind. The first thing that they want to see is if you had a good night's sleep. How do they see that? It's because the first thing you post in the morning is gonna conclude for them, did you have a good night's sleep? If you wake up and you post something negative, they're gonna be like, ha, I bet you collective slept bad last night and I knew it. They never sleep well. They lie about their sleeping patterns. They never go to bed early. That's these kind of people. And they're gonna try and do it again Thursday. They do this now. What in the hell? That was a little bug. Man, I need to be closing portals because I cannot have this wandering around. Damn. Anyway, this is somebody who shifted now the days. First, they used the power of Mars. So they tried to use sex and war to overcome your happiness and abundance, to just F with you. Now they're trying the moon, so emotions, and they're gonna do Thursday, your luck. So it's not like versus your luck, but like yeah, let me search it up just to be 100% clear, because now I don't know if I am correct if I say it or not. Yeah, luck, expansion, growth, wisdom, and abundance, higher learning, philosophy, and spirituality. So they're going to try and obstruct the things that you learn on Thursday, right? So they're going to block you spiritually, or they're going to try and talk shit about what you share every Thursday or every Wednesday. For example, if you post something on Wednesday, like a weekly message, or if you make, like, if you're a content creator and you make like a video every Wednesday, Thursday they're gonna look at it, and I'm not even gonna take that card for Thursday. This is what they showed. My bad. But Thursday, because this is what they tried to show me in the deck. Thursday they're gonna try to then steal again that energy, that happiness, the luck that you have, the abundance that you have by talking bad about what you did the day before, okay? Damn, bro, these people are sick. Like, honestly, no, it's like I don't even feel like being violent or something. And sometimes, you know, like some people, they just wake up this aggressive part of you, right? But this is just somebody that I just want to tell, man, shut the fuck up. Like, why you still talking? Like, that's this type of energy. Like, who gave you a tongue? Like, why do you still talk? Like, why aren't you muzzled yet? You know what I mean? And they're gonna try it again this Thursday. So if you're gonna do something on Wednesday, of course, because we saw you are enlightened, you will figure something out. They're gonna try and steal your energy again or affect you on Thursday again. Actually, I feel like Thursday night, because they don't want you to feel good about yourself. They don't want you to have that spiritual growth, to embody that class, that spiritual royalty, right? That you actually are, that energetic royalty in essence that makes you classy and elegant and like a royal. Like royalty, excuse me. Yeah, you know how this energy feels, because I'm like this rush, yeah? Like this, and like short breathedness and not knowing what to say and the words mixing up. It's them, because they're scared that they're gonna be too late to do something for the end of the year or within a certain time frame, because they have a deadline. Like their karmic bewitching ass has a deadline, and there is something about that deadline that they're afraid they're not going to make. And that would say something about their progression and health. Like if they don't reach that deadline, it's going to affect them. And because they can see that nothing is working, they will not be reaching that deadline, and they're very scared, but also they're rushing and they're out of breath, like they're tired, they're I don't know, like this is also somebody who could struggle with walking up the stairs properly, or somebody who's just out of breath really quickly, like who needs to do like a lot. That's because of all that heart chakra black magic bullshit, jinxing, hexing, whatever it is. Like they try to really taint your soul, right? Like we saw. And the soul resides in the heart space, the heart chakra. So they've been trying to affect that. They've been trying to affect that self-love, that emotional fulfillment that you have, not knowing that it's only weakening their own. Yeah, Spirit, get that energy out of me, because I don't want to sit in it. Thank you. More, please. Okay, thank you. Ooh, exactly. Alright, fairies, please share with me what's gonna happen on Thursday. I thank you dearly. Oh, wow, beautiful. You see how we beforehand saw that it first flipped in the deck? Because that's what they were gonna try. And now it came out reversed. So they won't be able to steal something. The 6 is now the 9. It's the 9. 19 plus 9 is actually 18. 18 plus 1 is what? 9 again. So it all breaks down to intuition. This breaks down to closing out a cycle with your intuition. So this means that they are not going to reach their deadline of stealing, harassing you, and blocking you spiritually. They're going to reach a deadline where you actually overcame this whole cycle and won something. And what you won is being completely free from these twats. I want to call them twats because they are. So be completely free from these twats and people who have been trying to clutter your intuition. They've been trying to block you from your inner voice. They've been trying to make you doubt what you feel. For example, it's very important that people learn and know the first impulse thought that you have is usually your intuition. So if you're in a conversation and you're confronting the person in the conversation because they lied about something, you know that they lie, but the moment they speak that lie out, you have a very quick reactional thought that says, or a feeling that says, they're lying. That is intuition. That is intuition, and I can't stress it enough, because I don't know, I get really worked up about people not seeing the obvious, because how are you so fucking blind and stupid and dumb that you see that's in front of you and you're like, oh well, then I don't know, I'm not sure about it. Like, what? Can we all agree that this is a table? Like, what? Well, no, it's like a bed to me. Like, in what fucking universe, Betty? Like, what? Like, these people are so delusional and distorted, they are like that. That when somebody lies in their face and they feel it in their whole body, their heart even starts to like thump, like dum 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 dum, like they're lying. That they will still tell themselves, oh no, I trust them, they would never lie to me. These people want you to do the same, because the moment you do that, you stray. You stray from God. You stray from your wishes. You stray from your fairy tale love relationship ending. You stray from your dreams. Stray. I said strill. So they want to put you on a straying trail. They want you to walk on a path that puts you so far away from God and protection and everything you ever desired and wished for as a kid. Because in some way or another, and I'm not even going to go into it, they benefit off of that. For some, it's self-fulfillment, pleasure that they finally turned an angel into a demon. For others, it's pleasure and fulfillment that they see you go through hell. Because they kick and get off, even sexually, off of your pain. These are masochists, okay? Sadists, people who get horny and sexually aroused while seeing you cry and hurt and screaming for pain or for redemption. It's very sick. And that's why I can't stand this energy. And these people also think that people like me, if we channel their energy, it's gonna benefit us for the worst. Girl, y'all people don't know us. We have hidden and special moves, just like certain Pokemons. If you played Pokemon, you know. I played Pokemon on my Nintendo, and I still sometimes do. And you know, sometimes you have a hidden move, right? Or you have a TM. You can put that on any Pokemon, and nobody knows that Pokemon's gonna have it. But if they have the element to use it, I don't know why it's coming up, but maybe because that other reader was last time in my energy, and he was using Pokemon cards as a tarot read, and I was laughing at his ass. Because who the fuck reads tarot with Pokemon cards? Only idiots and nerds do that. I don't give a fuck who you are in the spiritual world. You're a fucking loser. Yes, that's my real opinion. Because it's like saying, oh, I'm gonna read tarot with 3 bananas, or I'm gonna do divination with 3 bananas. And if the banana falls that way, like, y'all want to believe, this is what, okay, spirit is really gonna come through right now. Don't walk a traditional path if you are not gonna hold on to the tradition. Don't tell yourself you're a reader if you do anything but read. Don't tell people you're a psychic if you do anything but tap into psychic gifts. You are a fool. And you're not gonna get away with it. That's the verdict of these people. The Most High is done. Judgment has been called, will be called again. And honestly, yeah, exactly. Case outruled. Nobody got time for these people anymore. The world is not even, the world needs to progress. 24, 40, 24, 24, 42, 42, and I wanted to say, the world is not dying, but we need to keep her alive. And we can't do it with creating and imagining our own things. Like, there are limits on creations. That's why Frankenstein never fucking worked. Like, are y'all stupid? Necromancy is never gonna work because you don't know how to respect the traditional values behind the esoteric craft around it. Like, it's crazy that I never thought that this reading would end up in that energy. 2.5 years ago, I have another reading on my account. I never knew I would feel this energy again. But little rat, here you are. And I will cut your fucking tail and eat it too. People like this, they don't know what's coming for them. They don't know how other people who are real psychics or who are real Buddhists or who are real shamans or shamankas, they don't know how they eat people's energy to help thousands, to help masses, to help one person. They don't know how to transmute all that energy. They don't know shit, man. It's not gonna work. So if you're watching, and I know you're watching because y'all fucking watch every fucking day. This is not for my lovely collective, but this is for the karmics who are watching because they're like, if I pay attention to what the reading of next week is going to say, I can be ahead of what the collective thinks I'm going to do to them, and I can change my plans and still hit them. That's how twisted and sick these people are. They literally have nothing to do in their life. I don't know what the fuck they do. I don't even know if they even eat. Do these people even cook? Do you even wipe your ass after you went to the bathroom? Shit, man. Shit. They don't even do shit. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, please. I will tell him. Thank you, fairies. I will. My ancestors say, you better tell him. I will. Shake the whole fucking ground, bring you back to the underworld, bitch. For coming for my crown. That's a message to somebody because there's this person who keeps fucking with the Empress, trying to take her seat, trying to make her feel bad about everything that she worked through in the last 10 plus years. You changed who you are from the outside and inside significantly. People do not want you to be that healthy, that fit. They don't want you to have that peace of mind that you have now. Back in the days, collective, they could always call you. You would always open your door. You would always be that friend that would be there. Now you're not anymore. These people can't stand it. They can't stand it that they can't burden you with their drama anymore. Because then at least it's off their chest. People can't stand it anymore, but these people will fucking pay. I will tell you, and if God ain't gonna do it, I will do it for you. I will make them pay for you. The fuck? Because I do have an opinion about the Most High sometimes. They know I don't work for them. I work for myself. Man, work... better. Exactly. I ain't gonna say shit. I work for myself, so they know my opinion. They know that if they are not gonna solve something, I will. Also for my collective. If they don't want to send out karma because somebody's treating my client badly, I will. And I ain't doing magic for that shit. I don't need magic. I'm a fucking good lawyer. Just like the devil's advocate, well, here is the God's advocate. It's unbelievable how these people are so persistent with delusion. Like, I can't make it up. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, please. Angels, fairies, good folk. Because now y'all took the fun out of it. Exactly like they wanted to. And you made it work, Most High. You made them take the fun out of it. That's why, you know, I always fucking with y'all. I do my own thing. But if you try to come in my circle, girl, I will take your legs. I will take your eyes, your arms. I will eat you. I will eat your body. Body snatchers. We were talking about that last reading. Body snatchers. I will show you what a body snatcher is. People want to say, oh, be afraid for skinwalkers and all that and blah, 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 blah. You ain't... Let me just focus back on the reading. Because I can go on for hours about how evil these people are and how ignorant people are and how people don't value traditional spiritual values or norms. People don't follow a religion anymore based off what the religion is telling you to say. These days, people read the Bible, they interpret it in their own way. They read the Quran and they say, oh, well, yeah, but Allah didn't say it in this word, so they mean that. People will read a holy scripture and say, well, God didn't use this word, so they must have meant that. You are literally putting words in the mouth of God. Putting words in the mouth of creation. And then you think that everything you say is right and correct. Hell no. Hell nah. Man, all of y'all fucking frauds. That's why, honestly, this is the reason why I don't always want to do readings. This is why I'm not so much online. Because I do readings based on what I feel is true. And I've never been like wrong, off kilter. And then you have these readers and they read about the same shit every fucking week. every day. Oh yeah, he likes you, but he's not gonna text you because he's with a karmic. Oh yeah, they're doing magic. Oh yeah, he's lying to the cops about you. Like, it's the same fucking shit every day, and all these people, they get like applauded. Oh wow, you read my situation. Oh wow, it was so true what you said about this person, because again she did something on social media. That's why you stay stuck in the fucking cycle. There is no growth with the reader, then there is no growth with the collective. Okay? And nobody out there is growing. I'm seeing. Well, okay, that's not true. There are some people growing, but in that space, like, no, 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 I'm not seeing it. Same energy, same essences. Unbelievable. Yeah, I'm ready to close it out because this shit really fucked me up, bro. Exactly. They won't be able to make you feel lost and distorted. You see, intuition above all. You know exactly what they're gonna try to do to you this week, and you will feel and sense it. You know what I also always have with my clients? When I predict something for you, you will hear my voice in that moment, or you will hear that message, or in your own voice, you will hear what you read about my prediction. You'll be like, oh wait, this is what Ra said, or this is what she predicted, or this is what they and they advised. It's coming up now. That's what you're going to experience this week. Not with my reading, with your own feeling. You're going to experience something in the beginning of the week in your mind that's going to tell you, wait, watch out for this person, or pay attention to this person's behavior. Then a few days later, that person is showing up that behavior or doing exactly what you feel like you had to warn yourself for. And you're going to be like, you see, my intuition was right. I heard it. I knew it was true. I knew that that would happen. That's what's going to happen this week, collective, for you. Because on Saturday, you're going to say goodbye to something. Friday, you're going to walk out of this kind of maze. You're going to become more aware of 8, 9. Again, number 9. And this again, number 9. And this again, number 9. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. This is 7. 7, 8, 9. Well, 10. But this is 9. 7, 8, 10, 9. 9, 9, 9. It's all about your intuition. You're finalizing a circle. You're finalizing a cycle of being intuitively blind and stuck in a spiritually oppressive situation. On Friday, you will experience a kind of like a detox, okay? The detox is going to be very prominent surrounding very detailed behavioral signs or beliefs, certain emotions, but it's all very small. So, for example, it's not the insecurity about your body, but it's a small insecurity about one mole on your body. It's very detailed, but it's gonna be very, very like, yeah, not only detailed, but it's gonna be very small. You are going to say goodbye to this maze that kept you from loving yourself. This maze was not something that you deliberately chose to walk into. This maze was forced on you while you were walking. So you were just walking on a trail and somebody put a maze on top of you, like they box you in. You're finally leaving that behind. You're saying goodbye to that what you truly don't feel is worthy to you or feel is beautiful to you. The truth about your own beauty, about your own finances, you're saying goodbye to that. Behind self-fulfillment, so also self-limiting beliefs that you have about love and romance will also be gone. Thinking that you're not sexy enough for somebody to date you, or that you're not interesting enough. or yes, that you are not interested enough, because these are also projections. If you are dating with somebody and you suddenly out of nowhere feel hit with the, wait, I don't think I like this person actually, while the day before you were kind of head over heels with them, those are also sign of people that know your business too much. They know what you're going through and they're using that information to make you go against your own feeling. You're going to say goodbye to that, and it's twice goodbye, because on Saturday these people will again receive karma. If you remember, these cards also came up in the last reading, but you see how the whole story shifts. That to me tells me energy is moving, but these people aren't, because they still have the same programmed narrative in their mind that they have a certain outcome that they want to see or experience. You're going to say goodbye to conditioning beliefs and thoughts that kept you in a very old state of mind. But it can also be you're finally saying hello to something traditional, to something with more value. You're saying hello to this system, but it's like a healthy routine. It's a healthy system, a healthy hierarchy, an idea of what would be good for your health on in the terms of longevity. You're gonna salute something that you know you can grow with, so a healthy mindset that you know you will grow by, and you're gonna say goodbye to an old mindset that you know keeps you stuck. You will physically experience that. It can also be friends or people, because with 18, with this card on a Saturday, you're going to experience as well that you're closing also out cycles with people who give you that energy. Also subconsciously, people who are very insecure and then negatively and subconsciously rub that energy onto you. You're gonna say goodbye to that, because you can see that it's not fulfilling you anymore, but it's also not helping you build the empire that you need right now to feel that stability. An alarm is going off outside, so that's confirmation for me. But it's also you saying hello to Dharma. You're finally gonna get good karma. We call it Dharma. You're gonna get Dharma for the lesson that you have learned about your intuition and self, and everything that you're gonna close out on Friday. The positive feedback you're gonna get from letting go, you will receive it and inherit it on a Saturday. And on Sunday, it's gonna be like water under the bridge. You will be able to emotionally jump over that hurdle. There's something again with jumping, like you're in a rat race. Like people want to constantly put you in a competitive race. That's why I'm saying hurdle. So they want you to compete with them for speed, for agility. They want you to compete with the price or the place. Let me see if the cards are right. And they want you to compete for that, because if you compete with that and give into that energy, then we're back again in that cycle. I don't even want to tap into that energy anymore. But if you give into that cycle or whatever they want you to give into, then that's for them confirmation that you're not healed or not that spiritually strong or entitled, or not entitled, but that you're not spiritually enlightened, like you share to the world or tell everybody that you are. The challenge for this week: yeah, the challenge of this week is not going back the moment you feel that energy again, because they were gonna try. They will try it again. They're gonna try and make you step down by planting seeds of negativity or doubt or a lower vibration of thoughts and emotions in your mind or in your heart space, hoping that you would walk away from believing that there's always a safety net and you're divinely protected and guided through the situation. So this is also for those who are spiritually blind right now, or don't really have the intuitive confirmation that you're on the right path. They want you to doubt that you're on the right path, so you completely stray, but you're actually on the right path. Even if you can't get that confirmation from spirit or from around you or from within you as well, there is something going to be a little bit difficult for you to overcome. But what that is not falling back into old patterns. Out of not only being used to it, but because you, in that moment, you lack certain tools or guidance, and then you tell yourself, well, that might then mean that I'm not on the right path. Like, they want you to become your literally your own worst enemy. Like, they want you to, like, take yourself out. Not physically, for some, yes, but they want you to they want to use your own inner voice to fill all these negative thoughts about who you actually are in your mind and how you truly feel about yourself in your heart, so that you will believe that, and they can then say, you see, you did it to yourself. Like, there's no one else is accountable. But also when you go to God, or then want to cry or ask for forgiveness or redemption for the things that you've done bad while you couldn't see who you are, or while you were feeling or going through something difficult, so that they can say, no, you did it to yourself. You can't ask for redemption or for clearance. They really want to take this spiritual ranking away from you. You have like a certain say, like a final say in something. And they don't want you to have that. So they want to bring you down on a lower rank by putting negative thoughts and narratives about yourself in your head, so that you can kind of fuck yourself out of that own spot. Sorry for my language, but they kind of want you to, they want no traces of them doing that to you. That's why they do a lot of spiritual things, a lot of energetic things, because in the physical, they don't want proof that they have been targeting you. And in the spirit, they believe that they're cloaked enough that the Most High can't see what they're doing or who they are or where they are at. Yeah, it's disgusting. I don't know, honestly. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what they've been through. Because I keep hearing, what would they have gone through that they are like this? I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care. You can go through the worst ever that you've been through than somebody else, and you could still be the nicest person on earth. You could have gone through absolutely nothing in life, coddled as a baby, fed with a silver spoon, and become fucking evil and malignant and malicious as this. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't care what they've gone through. They're just evil, and their heart is bitter and black. Not even black, it's dark. It's pitch dark, their heart. You see Raphael out here, and he's not going to help them, otherwise it will fall out. They're wounded. These people are wounded, and they're calling on help from the angels to heal them. It's not going to work. It's not going to work, brother. Dear angels, please give us advice. Raphael again, eh? For y'all bums. No, Metatron, Raphael, no. You need to fall out. Hell no. No, no, no. 25, 23. 12. Pardon me. An Angel. Wow. This ain't it about it. 25, 23, 24. Why couldn't we go the other way around, huh? And Michael on the bottom. Advice is to not fight against what is right, what is just, and what is the truth. You know the truth about yourself, about the situation. Do not go against it. Don't lie to yourself. Also, take accountability. If you did do something wrong that you can't get back from, admit it. When you ask for forgiveness, admit that you did wrong, that you feel bad. It can all be restored in a second, but you need to admit it. That's what they're saying. It can all be restored in a second, but you need to admit it. You need to admit it. They're saying you need to admit it. You need to admit that you were wrong, that you didn't have the insights or the intel that you think that you wanted, that you needed to place judgment on the situation or on this person, on our dear collective. You thought so because your head was filled up by lies, gossip by those around you. You've shared this issue with too many people who do not have the same wisdom as you. And even though you are karmic, you abused your wisdom and gave in to the sins of misery. Talking these issues out with those who have no good at all in your heart. You almost have lost it. Or you will. Oh my God, they're really giving a deadline. If you don't by the end of the week confess what you have done, it's over. Ew. They're like showing me like closing a door. Ew. I don't want to go into that. But what was the divine court, y'all? Shekinah. Perfect presence. A most powerful card. This shows that the divine is close to you at this time and you are following the right path. The Shekinah is the feminine presence of the divine in this world and the lights to show deep blessings. Challenge. To be open to the divine presence. Lesson. The divine is present in everything. Cute. So the divine is always around you, even if you can't see it. Even if you are in the darkest of dark and you think that there's no way out to help you or that you're completely blind, the divine is still around you. You see how he's pointing in his heart? That's also his soul. You are a divine soul, dear collective. So the divine is always with you because you're made out of the same essence as the divine itself. You carry the divine everywhere where you go because you carry your heart and your soul everywhere where you go. Looking inside of your heart, I'm hearing tasting the energy of your feelings and how you feel deep inside will help you open up the eyes that are closed right now or have been unable to open. So it's like, if you feel like you're spiritually blocked, you need to do like I would say heart chakra meditation. Best is you just do the heart chakra greeting in front of your heart and meditate like this. Just do this in front of your heart and meditate. Not like this, of course, like straight up, but do this in front of your heart and just meditate. Sit like that until what the answer that you need to know is gonna come out. I thought so. That energy is so karmic. It's like a lot of dimensions below me. So now I want to search up what dimension. Hey, there was a gnat that I wanted to kill and then it flew past me, but it was a really low dimension. And I always Dante's Inferno. Yeah, it was deeper. It was in fraudulent waters. Which one is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It was the 8. How do I read about this? Malebolge. The 8th circle. It's a base for hell spawns, and in Buddhist cosmology, various hells have specific realms like the Pundarika region of flames. The concept varies by text, but generally involves complex punishments for trickery or demonic control. Oh my god, I don't even need confirmation from anyone anymore. I don't care if you're watching this and it doesn't resonate, because that means it's not for you, but I know that what I read is correct. And I know it for myself. Nathaniel, vengeance and vitriol. The gift of God in this card is that of sudden change, of wiping the slate clean and bringing a new vision. A fiery presence who pulls us into place, no matter what we think about it. This card also shows that we are connected to other people at this time and must work together to the greater good. You cannot do it by yourself. Challenge, knowing when to work with others. Lesson, you sometimes need more than you can bring. So this also means, when do you ask for help to the divine and when not? In this situation, well, situation, it's so funny because it's a shitty situation. This situation. This situation is asking of you to summon and invoke divine guidance where needed. If you need instructions or help on how to move through this situation, you need to look up to God, to the heavens, the Most High, or whoever you believe is your divine maker. Exactly, because now I'm doing it again. I'm giving a very bad example. There can only be one true divine maker. So no, if you believe in if I say divine maker, you put that name on for you. From now on, I'm just going to be calling it in all the ways that I want myself. Because giving people options is going to make people believe that they can just say whatever they want because they interpret it wrong. They misunderstand what I say. And instead of asking me to clarify, hey, what do you exactly mean? You just assume something, and that's wrong. So no, the Almighty Divine Creator, who has created more than Earth, any dimension in this universe and beyond, if you go to that maker in prayer and ask for help and guidance, then that energy, that maker will help you, okay? Because these people are so demonic. I thought that I got rid of these demons, y'all. No, I love it because it's good. I like it because it teaches me how hidden it is, how hidden this evil is, this maliciousness, this darkness, right? It's evil, but it's so well hidden. But it's not hidden enough, otherwise I wouldn't see it. That's what I mean. So it's good for me. An angel, beauty bringer. This angel is the grace of God and asks that we do what is most beautiful, create what is most harmonious, and love what we do. If you're struggling, this card shows that you must rather turn your hand to something that you love. Challenge, doing what is good, not what appears necessary. Pardon me. Lesson, only that which is built from love will survive. Pardon me. This means rethinking your intentions. If you think that helping somebody might be good, no, they can also look like you're helping somebody, but inherently you're actually making things worse for yourself. This card reminds me of this saying, do not always intervene with someone because you don't know if you're intervening with their karma, okay, in their lessons. Sometimes people need to fall flat face down, okay, break their tooth, open up their knees, maybe break some toes or legs or whatever it is. Of course, I don't wish it on anybody, but some people need to experience that. When you see somebody fall and you want to help them, sometimes it will do worse because you're not letting this person learn sufficiently. You're not letting them learn by themselves. You're not teaching them how to become independent. You're teaching them to become dependent on you, dependent on your energy, on your guidance, your advice. And that's also something that these people need to learn, because this is a very good energy actually to close it off with, because this is exactly that energy that I felt before. These are people who don't resolve the problems in their life. They just want to share the problems in their life and then dump that problem with somebody else. And then when you absorb that energy of their problem, they dumped it on you. Now you are walking around with it. And it's not like they solved it after dumping it on you. They meet somebody else or talk to somebody else and they do exactly the same thing until they don't feel like they're carrying that problem anymore. After that happens, or when they reach that, they just done shared their problem with 10 different people, and all those 10 different people feel bad. Because this person doesn't discuss their drama or their issues to solve them. They just discuss it to rant. To empty themselves, like this, like just dropping all their burdens on you. And this energy is the same. It's telling us to not accept that anymore, have those boundaries up. And it's also confirming to the Most High for us. When you ask for guidance or divine advice or clarity, sometimes you don't get a reaction because you need to look in your own heart. You need to become independent. Stop asking for the Most High to solve things for you when you know damn well that you can do it yourself. Stop praying for forgiveness when you can have a conversation with that person and tell them, hey, I'm sorry, I hope you can forgive me. Moments like these is where the Most High taps out and tells you, nah, I ain't gonna help you. You done did this to yourself. So this is actually a reading with 3 different stories, and you, watcher, need to figure out for yourself which one fits for you. Now I am done. I return all this negative energy back to the people who are sending it to me. I return this false headache that they are walking around with, this false back pain that they're walking around with because they want us to carry their burdens back to them. I return all that anger, that treachery, and that evil, malicious spiritness to their own origin of their house. I return it back to their voice. I return it back to their chakras. I return it back to their mind state. I release, and I'm not transmuting, I'm returning it to sender, and that what I can transmute, I alchemize into beauty and abundance for me and my collective, for a happy and healthy Christmas and a very good change of year, the Gregorian change of the year. I wish that my whole collective, exactly, we're gonna have fun. 33, we're gonna have fun. I wish that my whole collective becomes so intuitively independent that they don't need a reader on YouTube or an outside source to help them guide them through life anymore. I wish wholeheartedly, dear collective and everybody who's watching, you become so intuitively independent that you only have to rely on yourself. I don't want you to go out looking for readings. You should never look for a reading. I don't want you to go out there and look for ways on how to pray or certain scripture, what you actually need to say, because you already know what you need to say. The words are in your mouth. You just need to trust that your unique way of speaking out and standing up for who you are and who you believe in is exactly the right scripture. That's why I always hate it when people, there were these readers that were a long time reading, like, there are people writing, reading Psalm 99 or something, or 91 against you. And it's this whole scripture, they're literally using the Bible to curse people, right? Like, a lot of people in voodoo and hoodoo, they do that. They use the Bible, you use a holy book to do something benevolent. You use a holy scripture to curse someone. Like, I was just baffled the first time when I heard or read that. And then they would always say, yeah, these readers who would read that, they'll be like, just read it back to them. Read it back to them and read the scripture. And you need to say this psalm and this psalm to remove it. And I would just always be like, no, you need to make up your own prayer. You need to feel in your heart what you need to pray away and use those words. You need to use your inner voice to write your own scripture, because the holy book is for guidance. You can't use that to curse somebody. Like, it baffles me, bro. It baffles me. So thank you all for watching. And have a lovely evening.